welcome back to Fanboy Media. You have to excuse me, I am not feeling a 100%, and my voice may go in and out, but I still wanted to try to see if I could do an update for going back to January 7th to 14th of the comic books I've picked up. So, here we go. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 12, continuing the Spider-Verse storyline. Continues to be good. Did manage to get a couple of variants at one of the shops, so you can see the Peter Porker version there, as well as the red cover. There's some tie-in there that I must admit I'm not 100% sure, because I know there were other titles that had similar designed clip arty covers like that Spider-Man with the word "in" on it. Angela number 2 came out. Seems to be a series that's heading in a good direction. Enjoyed it. Also found Angela number 2's variant, so I was pleased with that. I kind of like that cover a little better. Birthright number 4 or 5? Jeez, I don't remember now. Number 4. Continues to be an interesting story, with the father and the two sons, with the son that has been returned back to Earth many years older, sort of a Conan-type character. I continue to read it. Probably the only back issue I picked up in this particular week is Detective Comics 371. Fits into sort of the Batgirls that I've been picking up lately, and I really love the cover. Batgirl, get over here. Help us. We've got a problem. I have bigger one. A run in my tights. It's sort of a priceless, 1960s. It's a 1968 book. Humor. And, the cover actually is a panel, essentially, in the actual book. But you find out that it was all... ends up being a ruse to help subdue the criminals. But a lot of, the story does sort of follow Batgirl's vanity, but then ultimately sort of showing she can use it to her advantage. I really liked it. To me, almost a classic type Batgirl story. It was a lot of fun. East of West 16. Fade Out number 4 continues to be a good series with Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I'll be following that. Feathers number 1, another sort of different kind of take on things. It's almost a tough one to describe. It's somewhat like Hellboy in its nature. You got a human adoptive father that finds sort of some kind of mythical creature, and the creature is kind of trying to learn what our the human world's like and stuff like that. But the father still wants to protect him because he doesn't knows that society won't accept him for who he is. But he still wants to go out and learn, and is sort of thrown into a situation where he can save somebody, and so he kind of gets exposed more to the human world. It's actually got some potential. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I'll certainly be continuing on for a few more issues. Ghost from Dark Horse, number 11. I'll continue to read this. I just find it's a good fun story. As the ghost sort of tries to figure out her new life and so on. 9th Generation. I actually enjoyed it. I must admit I have not read Aphrodite 9 or Witchblade in probably 18-20 years. Oh no, sorry, about 14 years. Probably the last time I read was about year 2000. So it was interesting to sort of reacquaint with some of those characters again in a new context. So it was kind of fun. I might try a few more issues to see where it goes. Lady Killer. I was looking forward to this. If you've watched a few of my videos, you may have noticed that I've been picking up some of Joelle Jones' work, and not only Helheim, Brides of Helheim. She did an issue of Letter 44, and she did the covers for Madame Frankenstein. So, I knew this was coming out. I was looking forward to it. I also talked to Joelle Jones to purchase the original cover to Madame Frankenstein #3. So I was actually quite excited about this book coming out, and I must admit, it didn't disappoint. I quite enjoyed it. Once again, sort of Joelle's sort of classic and very distinct artwork of bringing this sort of 1950s housewife that's also, got that whole secret life going on, and trying to make those two worlds collide. It was a good story, and I definitely look forward to sticking with that. Letter 44. I can't read the issue from here. It's probably something like number 6. Yeah, there's number 7. Letter 44, number 7 on the right-hand side. That's the issue that was done by Joelle Jones. So, of course, enjoyed seeing her take on the Letter 44 universe. Missing an issue at this point, so we skipped from 7 to 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. I continue to find Letter 44 an interesting series as you're watching what's going on Earth with the new president and all the trouble he's going through trying to, keep the secret, and then ultimately having to give up the secret. All the stuff going on in Afghanistan. You've got the space crew with their experiences, and getting closer to the Chandelier, and ultimately meeting the Chandelier and trying to figure out what's going on. I've actually found it a very intriguing story, and came to it quite late, because 13 was already out when I started picking them up. I do have the complete run now, and I've actually quite enjoyed it. Letter 44. Synergy. It's one of these titles. I don't really care for the art, and every time I start the story, I'm just sort of a little dodgy of like, why did I pick it up? And by the time I get to the end of the issue, I was like, that was actually pretty good. I enjoyed the story of this girl trying to learn that she's part of this lineage of basically a family that kills aliens or these creatures, these monsters, and learning to deal with that, and the conflict of following in the family footsteps versus going to university and so on and so forth. Issue 3, I'll probably continue for. It's one of those ones. It's on the edge for me whether I'll continue to keep picking it up or not. Spider-Man 2099. The only reason I picked it up is it's for its Spider-Verse tie-in. It was okay. I mean, it fits into the Spider-Verse, but don't plan to continue Spider-Man 2099 once we're out of the Spider-Verse story arc. Terminal Hero. It's another one of these ones. The story's good, entertaining. It's not the best thing in the world, so I'm not sure what else to say. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #1. I must admit, I bought this out of sheer curiosity, and what a pile of shite it was. Holy jeez, what a regrettable purchase. For me, it just failed on every level. It completely failed to tell an entertaining story. The character is just didn't make any sense to me. And the artwork, you know, I can't even tell whether she's got a muzzle, a deformed lip, or what. Like it just failed on every level for me. And last I picked up was Woods number 9. Continues to be an interesting story as these students that headed off into the forest and now finding this community of people that have been there for about 100 years and have started to build a life, and you know, sort of facing the conflict of, you know, are we not going home, and is this our lives now, and what are people telling us, and you know, are people being as truthful as we seem? Continues to be an intriguing story, and I do look forward to continuing collecting the Woods. And that's it for my pickups from January 7th to the 14th. I hope you enjoyed. Questions, comments, feel free to post in the comment section below. I'd be interested hearing if you even like my format. I know Vin Crew has chimed in a few times, and thank you for his praise. I know I've gone for a slightly different approach than most people by preparing slides and showing a slide presentation as opposed to filming moving comic books on a wall. Just like to know if that works for people. If there's anything in particular you guys like to see, requests, anything like that, let me know. Love to be able to get to know some of the community, the YouTube community more. So thank you very much for those that have hung out this far. Thank you for watching Fanboy Media.